Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 5, if I am correct.
Day
Uh,
5. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Oh God, don't say that. I just got a flashback of every corporate job I've ever had. Uh,
Well, I know you don't have a Monday, Friday
I don't
schedule,
have
but I
clocks.
do. I have a Monday, Friday schedule. I
I
know
don't.
you
I don't believe in clocks, and I don't believe in time, and
don't.
I don't think
I
I
have
ever
an
had.
elementary age kid, so like
Yes, you have an
Fridays
excuse.
are Fridays are
Yeah.
good. Fridays are a good
It,
day. Yeah.
it's so funny because we both have kids. Your Jack is 8,
Yeah.
8 years old, and Christian is my son is 26 years old. And it's so funny because I talk to him and I think he has no schedule, and he's constantly like, some of us go to work. I'm like, dude, come on. He's like, I know I work remote, but I still 9 to 5. Some of us have to go to work. Oh, that sucks. What good is it us being the same age and you can't hang out? So yes, schedules have to happen. Today's going to be a little bit different than what we've done for the 4 days because Erika is busy today. Erika is doing her online painting. Can you show
Yes.
the painting? Your painting you're
Oh,
working on?
yeah. So I think I showed this a few days ago, I don't know.
Yeah, you've done a lot of
And I
progress.
started doing some coloring layers on it, and I'll be working on this um tonight with my BFF Carolina Labar on her Instagram. So that's oh dang it. I don't remember. I don't remember her.
We
Okay,
need
why don't you thank the Patreons while
while you
you
while
do
while
that?
you go look. Okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
go
will
look.
stall. I will stall
So
for you.
prepared. And yesterday we talked about being prepared. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm always prepared. No.
we're still not prepared. All right. So thank you, Bert. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Roz. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Christian. And thank you, Erika, for being a patron and helping support what we're trying to do here. The other thing I wanted to let you guys know, this weekend, Sunday, having some folks over to the house to actually do a play test on these rules and game mechanics that we've been talking about this week. Um, did you find Carolina?
Yes. Yeah. So her Instagram is artist.carolina labar. And
Artist
yeah.
Carolina Little.
And so we'll start around 8:30 usually. So
8:30.
yeah,
Well,
see you there.
I'm gonna poke my head in and bug you guys because that's
You're
always
welcome anytime. Yep.
yeah, that's always fun. You two are so goofy together.
Oh, we
It's
are
awesome.
dorks. Such dorks.
So our 2 shirts for our $50 million investment will be Super Friends of Art and Art Dorks.
Art dorkables. Because we're
Art
art,
Dorkable.
dorky, and adorable.
I have to say, I love that. I love that. Art
That's Carolina and I.
I think that's awesome. So since Erika has to get her painting ready for tonight, and I have to set up for a game test on Sunday, we're gonna just instead of having the art talk and then the game talk, we're gonna do all the game talk and just get it done today, and we'll return on Monday with a new format. We're actually going to talk about it this weekend, or talk about it probably first thing on Monday, to be totally honest.
Probably, yeah.
Of what that format is, but I think it's going to be more. We're strictly sticking with art, and it's going to be a shorter format, right?
Well,
Maybe
I think
30.
talking about the projects we're working on will be also interesting,
Yeah,
so
your project, my
just like
project, and
what kind of problems we're trying to solve and how we solved it. I think that's interesting too.
so
So
so you have a better plan than I do. I have no plan yet, but you
I'm
have
a
a better plan.
planner. I'm a planner. And one of those talks, we're gonna talk about the bullet journal. Sorry, Dean. We're gonna talk
Yeah,
about
we're gonna talk about scheduling. My favorite thing not to talk about
We're
it.
so opposites. We're gonna like, yeah.
Yeah, my arch enemy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to switch over my screen so we can screen share the Illustrator file that I've been working on, and we'll go from there. And like I said, we'll
Yeah,
go through
we're gonna
this.
try to get this done today. That was the plan anyway, is
Yep.
to get the game talk done this week.
Yes. So let me switch over to screen sharing on desktop 1. And we'll just have a quick overview of where we were yesterday, or where the last page was yesterday. So we were talking or discussing that when we're battling with the cards, we can actually use the special agent cards to make our cards more powerful. So some of the agent cards that you will be able to use, like this one, neutralizing a power, neutralizing a value, and neutralizing a role, will actually make it easier for you to take a card into your hand. All right.
Now,
So,
these cards, these agent cards, do they
yes.
only come with if you get the dossier, or does it also come with the core game?
Yes.
No.
So
Okay.
these cards are in the core game.
Okay. Got it.
So right.
So
But if
but that can change. You could swap out those cards, like you could swap out the whole every card.
Yes. And you
If
don't have to use a dossier for that.
okay.
You could just put them in. So you'd have to be in control of that. So if you wanted to say every time we encounter something, we change out the card, or we're using all our cards that we have, one at a time.
Mhm.
That's up to the user. I always like games that kind of you control a lot of the gameplay. We're going to give you pieces and parts, but you can make it your own and do what you want. We're going to show you 2 ways to basically use it, one with the dossier and the mechanics, and one with the mechanics. But other than that, if you can find a different way, go ahead and do it. And I am personally going to make myself available if someone wants to talk to what they want it to be.
Mhm.
I very much believe in having a back and forth with story.
And not, and I think that a Patreon is a great place to do that, because it is the structure's already there for that kind of back and forth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we're really lucky for Patreon to be built the way it's built, so that we can interact with the consumer or the player, or however you want to see that, or the fan, however you want to see that. Okay, so I don't think there's any questions on this. So we will.
Yeah, that was my only question for that.
Question? Okay, so let's move on. Okay. So one of the things you got to be careful of is losing, is actually not winning a battle, because the more you lose, the more curses are placed upon you. This example shows that we have a spell and a cursed book, but it wasn't enough to get the possessed teacher card. So we actually lost this battle. But the problem with that is that every time you lose, you get cursed. And you have options with that curse. Of course, you can use your paranormal toolkit card, or another player or another agent can jump in and rescue you. So they can use a card to help you out, or to take a curse off of you. So be nice to everybody. Because,
or you could even like bargain.
Yes.
Don't you? Like, if you like,
Yes.
hey, I have this
Absolutely
card that I could use for you.
Yes.
That's the thing. Yeah.
But you can only do that through, just so you know, where are you? The only way you can bargain is through trade negotiations.
Oh, really?
So you have trade negotiations will allow you to trade out any card from somebody. So
That's what, yeah, but that's to trade something. But to bargain,
yeah.
like, I'm going to use this card when you get in trouble.
Yes,
You
if
know,
yeah, so you can bargain like that where it's
yeah,
just off the game.
yeah.
Like on your, if I do this on your turn, will you do this?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
I'm going to take this hit for us. I'm going to attempt to win this card.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when you're building alliances outside what the game says.
Yeah.
So absolutely, you can do things like that, and basically strengthen your gameplay
Mm-hmm.
um, by what your connections are with the other agents.
Mm-hmm.
So totally agree with that. So we lost this battle, and we're now cursed with 3 icons, and for whatever reason, we can't get out of this curse. What that means, if you can't get out of that curse, the fourth time you
The
encounter something,
next time you're cursed.
the
Okay.
next time you're cursed, you're actually marked for death. So
Okay.
what happens, you'll get this token, these 3 skulls. I'll actually, because they're kind of cute and I like them, if I can get them out here to hang out with us. I've messed this box up so much by showing the pieces. So let me dig a little bit. Hopefully I can find them on the first try. And if not, I'm gonna lean behind me and look. There's the evil eyes. Let me just reach over here. And grab some mark for death tokens. Okay, I'm gonna go and turn off sharing for 1 second. So here are your 3 evil eyes that you have been stuck with. And then once those evil eyes are done, you're marked for death.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the mark for death cards are color coded. So this goes to the blue entrance. This goes to the yellow entrance. This goes to the green entrance. And basically it's the entrance that you enter. So it's the closest.
Okay.
Yes, it's the closest entrance to you. And this is the red mark for death. And
Okay.
I'll switch back so we can go back to seeing the digital file. So what happens when you are marked for death, you're basically signaling to the children of the dead god that they can go and come out of the chamber. So they can come out of the chamber. So right here, let me lock that so it's a little bit easier to move. So they will come out of the chamber, and one at a time, they will move towards your entrance and seal it.
Okay.
Yes.
So you get the 4th curse.
Yes.
One of the children, a color-coded children of
Yes.
your entrance
Yes.
gets on board, gets on the board.
They become activated.
Activated,
yes.
Right. And they start moving towards your entrance.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Not towards you, but towards your entrance.
Yeah, so you can keep playing.
Okay. So is that every time you make it's your turn, or how does that work? Like,
so they move twice as fast as you, if not 4 times as fast as you. So they move on everyone's turn.
oh,
So if there's 4
okay.
players, they go and move between every
Wow.
player.
Okay. So
The more people you have, the faster they are.
Every player's turn, that player will move the cult member, the children of
Yes.
the child of
Yes.
the
Child
dead
of the
god,
dead god. Yep.
and to the next card that is going to get them closer to that marked for death entrance.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to turn off my phone for a second here. Just bear with me. Sorry, I should know to do this before we start, but it's off now. Yeah, so think about how that works. For every one move, so there's 4 players. For every one move, the child moves 4 times.
Okay. Every one of your move, it's
Every one of your moves. So if there was 4 players, it would be north goes once, south goes once, east goes once, west goes once. So
Okay.
they are running to the entrance.
Okay.
So
I hate fast zombies.
yes.
Hate,
Yeah.
hate,
Yes. It's 28 days later, zombies.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Now, so this is an interesting concept of why they run faster. I did some research on building suspense, and one of the things from how you build suspense in books and in movies and any type of entertainment is that the villain or the monster or the bad guy has to be faster than you are.
Right.
That is what the suspense is.
I don't
That
like
you you can't get away. The other thing is, I think this is kind of neat because you have to make a choice as a player at this point when they're moving faster than you. You have to make a choice as a player. Do you combine your resources to stop this character? In other words, if we have
so what happens? What happens if he reaches the entrance?
Okay, so if the child of the dead god reaches your entrance, we move over a little bit, they actually turn the card over to signify that the entrance is closed to you.
Okay.
If the entrance becomes closed to you, that doesn't mean you can't get out. That just means you have to go through another entrance. So if your entrance was the east entrance or the blue entrance, now you were left with only 3 other entrances. So if your card is closest to here, you still have to make it over to the other side.
Because you don't have to exit through the same entrance.
Correct.
Okay. And you can exit through it even if the skulls are there, the marked for death tokens.
Yeah, well, so the second, yes. So the second, so even though this section would be marked for death and this child of the dead god is maybe on 3, you can still escape.
Right. Okay.
It's you can't escape.
What if a player is on the space that the child
they cannot reside. So here's the other thing. If the child is on 3, you can't get past them unless you have a paranormal toolkit card. They are blocked.
What if it's the next step for the child?
Then they're blocked.
Then they're blocked. Okay.
Yes.
So it's not like they're going to hurt the player.
No, they cannot touch a player.
They cannot touch
a player. Okay. No.
So they're blocked. What do? They just skip a turn?
They would be stuck until they're not blocked. So that means if you put a player, because remember, a player can't stay there.
Right. Right. So next turn.
Sooner or later. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And since as a player or an agent, you got to move forward or backward or whatever direction you have to move, they're gonna advance. Right. And if they can't advance quick enough, they will go around you and take the long route. Okay. Okay. Now they can be stopped by having limbo. They can be stopped.
So they can change direction as long as there is a path to.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you sealed
off the quickest route, they can reroute. Reroute.
Correct. Yeah, reroute. They will reroute to get to where they need to get to, and they can be blocked, and they will just.
And then if there is no other way, then they just stay there.
They will just stay there.
Okay.
And then they become just a blocking but they're still blocking you from your gate or blocking you from your exit.
Right. Yeah.
either they're blocking you here or they're blocking you at
You can't
3.
indefinitely, like,
Yeah.
unless you can somehow trap them. I don't know. Can
Yeah, you could.
can they go
So
through shelves?
no.
No.
So
Okay.
if
So
we
if you find a way to trap,
yes.
yeah. How
You
about
can even
limbo?
find
Can they go through
yes.
limbo?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay. So if you
So
grab that card, the route is gone.
right. So if we take this card out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this child of the dead guy is stuck here.
Yeah. Have to find
But
another way, and if there's no other way to that entrance, he
they're
can't
just
he can't get to it. But also, no one else can get to it because now that entrance is,
exactly. It's still a block.
unless you have some toolkit.
Yes.
That
So
will,
let's say in the paranormal toolkit, you have 2 cards that can repair the maze. So if you're playing with 4 players, you have 8 cards that actually can repair the maze. The second you repair the maze, the second you fix something, they're going to move towards that gate.
Yeah. But
So
that might be like, you might be like closer, and it might be advantageous.
yes.
Depends on where you are.
Yes.
Okay.
And again, you might work with other players to go, listen, this is a perfect example. Listen, if you help me, I'll keep this entrance open. If you take this player out, and keep this entrance open. And also read the instructions, because there's things in here that the paranormal toolkit does that, if used correctly, listen to what the morph says. Rearrange 4 cards in the library and place them face down back into the library. You can rearrange them wherever you want. So if you need to make a new entrance that goes around the child, that's when you make the new entrance. Right. But also,
you mean a new route?
A new route, right?
Yeah.
But understand, when you use a morph, you're returning all players stuck in limbo to the library entrances, which means you will lose. If there is a child, if there's a child stuck in limbo, they are returned to an entrance. You have to figure out a way to get that child out. So returning you to the entrance is great.
They're stuck in limbo to library entrances. But it's all players stuck in limbo.
Right. I'm sorry. The children do not get returned, but you get returned. So if you're
stuck in limbo.
Yes, if you're stuck in limbo, you get put right back to the entrance.
Okay.
Yes. So the same thing with, I think, repair.
When you say stuck in limbo, I'm trying to understand the terminology.
Let's say
what does stuck in limbo mean?
Let's say we have a diamond card, right? And the diamond card was here. And the diamond won this card, and they took this card and put it in their hand. But you've already taken this card and put it in your hand. Then the diamond's stuck here, and it's basically
stuck. They're not in limbo. They're stuck on the card surrounded by limbo.
Correct.
Okay, got it.
Correct. So the only way they can get out of there is
stuck
if you were
by limbo or stuck.
Yes, stuck by limbo. Let's rephrase it. Stuck by limbo.
Okay.
So they'll need a paranormal toolkit card, or they'll hope that you repair the library. So what'll happen, they'll get put. So if this was a diamond and started at the east entrance, they get put on the east entrance.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I went a little.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Go back to...
Yeah, those are the questions that we need to answer.
Okay.
Okay. So that's the marked for death ending. It would take 4 children for you to lose the game. So 4 children have to get to the ending for you to lose the game.
Okay. All right. Well, first, I have another question.
Yeah, please.
If you have 3 players, is it only 3 entrances?
No, there's still 4 entrances. There's always Because 4 entrances are physically at the location
So
of the
the only way you can have 4 children block the entrances is if you have 4 players.
Yeah, no, you can be 2 players and there's still 4 children. They still
I
have
know,
to block.
but you can't activate them because
Mm-hmm.
nobody's on that entrance.
If they are marked for death or marked, right? So if they get the marked for death card, so let's do the scenario with 2 people. It's someone on the north entrance and someone on the south entrance come in and they're playing. And they get cursed 3 times and they get marked for death. Of course, the token is going to end up on your entrance.
Right.
But if you get marked for death against, the token's just going to move to another entrance. And the token's going to move to another entrance.
Oh, so if you get 4 additional curses, you could get marked for death again.
Again. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't get marked for death.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then once you get marked for death, your entrance is about to get blocked.
Yes.
But all your curses are all like,
yes, your curses are gone.
Yes. And you
Yes.
start over collecting more.
Yes.
Potential of collecting more curses.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
I mean, you don't want to collect curses, but you could get cursed more.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So half the deck has curses, half the deck doesn't have curses, basically.
Yeah. Okay, got it.
All right. So I think
and you don't. Yeah. So that is the end game. Is you're trying to get back out after you do you stop the ritual from the manifestation ritual. After you complete that, which we're going to talk about next,
yes,
you want to get out. And
you have to get out.
You have to get out, and that's a win. But if so these guys are blocking you from getting out. Okay. All right, cool.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So because you need all of your cards, all 6 cards, to actually win the game, well, one of those cards is a headmaster or headmistress card. Mm-hmm. And as we have said before, the
6 cards being spell, cursed book, possessed teacher.
Yep. Blocked exit. Trapped student,
and a headmaster mistress card.
Yes.
That's 6 that you have to have in your hand. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Now, one of the major curses is the curse because you've gotten too close to a headmaster or headmistress. So as soon as you get close to a headmaster or headmistress, the Duat manifestation is going to appear, and it's going to appear in the center. Let me move this over.
What do you mean by close? Like you're on the card?
You've basically unlocked it.
You've unlocked it. So that's what, that's what close means. You're not, okay.
Yeah, you're not near, you're on it. You've opened
on the unlocked headmistress or master card.
Right. So when you unlock it, it doesn't matter when you unlock it. If you unlock it as the first card you play, because remember, the headmasters or headmistress could be under any card.
Yeah.
So let's say we're at the west entrance and the first card we move is a headmaster or headmistress. You've enabled the Duat manifestation curse.
Okay. Even if you're not meant to battle it, it will come.
It is going to be cursed.
Okay.
So what happens as soon as that you've turned over that card.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. That's fine. If you land on it and you're not ready to battle a headmaster or mistress card, it's one of the big bosses, right?
It is the big boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if if you land one of those and you're not ready, you don't have the other 5 cards to battle
Right.
it. You get cursed. You get a
You will get a curse. That's number one.
okay, you get a curse and a Duat manifestation will.
Right, and then we'll
And
talk
then
about
pass.
what that movement is.
Okay. Okay.
So just a little background on the Duat manifestation. The Duat manifestation is a supernatural creature taken from the underworld, but also treated scientifically and basically gene altered to be on the physical plane as well. It
Okay.
is it is the only creature of the supernatural world that actually can exist in the physical world.
Okay. But the children of the dead god are physical people wearing dead
Dead skin.
skin to travel the astral plane.
Yes, exactly. But they have no supernatural powers. They're basically
Right, they're just gonna block your entrance.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're not blocking an actual physical entrance, they're blocking an astral entrance.
Astral entrance. Right.
The Duat is actually going to destroy the library physically.
Physically. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Got
so
it. With you in it.
With you in it, yes. So it means that your natural body wouldn't matter because it can't get out of the library, the physical part of the library. Okay. So the Duat is doing major damage to both astral plane and the physical plane. So what happens as soon as you turn over a headmaster or headmistress card, you take the You've Been Cursed card and you place it on top of the headmaster or headmistress card. Let me just ungroup this so I could show you. So you just place that over so that you know over time what direction you have to go. So you can still have gameplay while the Duat's doing its thing. It's just a marker to tell you which way to go. The Duat manifestation is a little bit different than the Children of the Dead God, is in that it is way more powerful. And what that means is it can fly over bookshelves. It can actually go through limbo. So nothing actually, and it can fly over you. It isn't trying to hurt you, by the way. It is not going after your card. You can keep playing. What its job is to hide the headmaster or headmistress card again. Mm-hmm. So as it leaves the Duat chamber, it'll move through the library, working its way to that headmaster or headmistress card and just flip it over.
So it can, I mean, you got the red dots kind of going at at an angle. I mean, yes. Like it goes up and then to the left. But it could potentially just go diagonally.
It cannot. It just the rules of the game. There is
no diagonal. Like it could go dun, 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 right? It
could move. Well, the reason it doesn't move diagonally is it steals cards. It steals library cards, library astral plane cards as it goes.
Okay.
So it's physically destroying the library as it goes.
Okay. Well, it looks like right there, what number is that? 4 and 5? It looks like that is moving diagonally.
No, there were cards there when it moved. So right. There were cards.
Oh, because it was connected that way. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So its job is to ensure that the library is destroyed. Okay. So it'll look diagonal when it removes things, but it's not moving diagonally.
Okay. So it can go over walls or shelves.
Yes.
And it can jump over limbo.
Yes.
Or jump through limbo too.
Jump through limbo, yes.
Limbo. Now, is that one move or 2 moves? Like stepping into limbo?
Oh, stepping in limbo is 1 move. It would have to stay in limbo.
Okay.
The other thing, it also has the movement that the Children of the Dead God. It moves on every move.
Oh, okay.
So understand
Mm,
It is tearing things up probably faster than you can calculate
okay.
your time.
Okay.
So it's really important to kind of think about what you're going to do when the Duat gets loose.
Okay.
What paranormal, excuse me, what paranormal toolkits do I have to not use just in case the Duat comes?
Right. Save it for. And what are the paranormal excuse me, paranormal toolkit cards would fight
Or
the what, for example? Just give me like one.
well, there's two very unique ones, and I'm gonna cough for a second. Hold on. Excuse me, sorry. Black salt, which is you can block or cure any curse for anyone. So if you use black salt, you just send the Duat back.
Okay.
It's out
Is
of
it
play.
back or like out of the off the board?
You cannot kill it.
Okay.
You just send it back into the chamber,
Okay.
and
But then it'll start moving again.
yes.
Okay.
All right. If the headmaster card is up, it is always gonna start moving. Okay. If you notice, that is why Agent Geist gives you that one special card. First agent with a spell and all curses may take possession of Agent Geist. Agent Geist's special ability is terminate any cursed card. So Agent Geist, if you get his card, you can actually get rid of the Duat or any of the children of.
Well, actually get rid of. Or he says a cursed card.
He's considered a cursed card.
Oh, okay.
He's considered, yeah, because yeah, everyone is considered a cursed card but you and the spells.
Okay.
So you can get rid of the Duat from the game completely if you have the right card. And again, there will be dossier cards that will help you in this. There will be different cards that you need to use at different times or just save until the need arises. My favorite paranormal toolkit card to deal with the Duat or the children of the dead god is the Ring of Salt. I'll immobilize the Duat manifestation or a child of the dead god. This only lasts the first time. After that, you must keep rolling an even number on their turn to keep them immobilized. So every time it's their turn, you roll, and if it's an even number, they lose a turn. So that's kind of a fun guide. And also, you can block things from happening. You could appropriate a card. If I were to appropriate or steal the headmaster card off of the Astral Library maze, then that would stop the Duat as well.
Okay.
So
you can appropriate a headmistress card, but you can appropriate all the other ones, right?
Yes, you can do it out of turn. You can do that.
If you have the other 5 cards, you can use that appropriate and take it.
No, you can just take it. Appropriate means you could take it at any time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. You want to know what the cards are. You want them as part of your strategy.
Okay.
So that you could take them if you need them.
Okay.
So you technically have 4, if there's 4 players, there's 4 people that can appropriate. There's 4 headmaster or headmistresses cards. So you would hope that you all save that card. But you don't know what the other agents are going to do. They might get rid of their appropriate card too soon. Other things. Yeah, that's the, like, you can slow them down by blocking, by freezing. There's other things that you can do.
But the Agent Geist card is the only one that can actually
destroy
it. Okay.
Yes. So the Agent Geist
is it destroyed? Like if somebody else lands on a headmistress or master card, it's no longer going to come up because it has been destroyed, or another Duat manifestation.
The Duat, there's only one Duat manifestation.
Oh, so if you destroyed it with that guy, you don't have to
It's
worry
over.
about it ever coming
No.
up again. Okay.
No, you've destroyed it. They're still the children of the dead god, so they're still in play. There's still the library is one of the things you have to tackle, so it's still in play. It just means you don't have to worry about the big bad. The other
You
good
can
thing
only
is,
destroy it if it's active. Like you,
yes, you
right,
cannot destroy it. If it's not out in play, you cannot destroy it.
right. Yeah.
It has to be on the board. The other thing is if you can destroy the Duat manifestation, you'll get all of its stolen cards.
Okay, but that's the only way you can do that is with the Agent Guys card.
Well, there might be other cards that would be in the dossier.
Destroy?
And destroy cards might be in the dossier.
Oh, okay.
But they will have their own unique reasons that you can destroy them. It might be, hey, if you happen to have the mummy teacher card, then you can destroy the Duat.
Okay,
Like,
but that's
you would
not
have
part of. That's a special case that you get in your dossier.
yes.
Okay.
That is not in normal gameplay.
Okay.
Okay. And again, depends how, if you want the dossier to always be there, you can have it always there.
Mm-hmm.
It's however you want to work that out.
Okay, so once it reaches the headmaster mistress card that you put that cursed marker on,
Right.
what happens?
It just turns the card over and goes back to its chamber.
Okay.
It's basically, I'm going to protect this card by hiding it,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't have to do anything anymore. I can go home.
Okay.
So, but what it's done,
but it's destroyed the path.
Yes, it's not only destroyed the path, it's taken cards that you might need.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
And then what if it runs into a player?
Oh, it can, well, it's the one card in the whole, well, outside of a paranormal toolkit card, it will fly over the player.
Oh, it will fly over the player to the next card over that it wants to get to. Okay. So it's not going to hurt the player.
No, the Duat does not go out. No, the Duat is in no movement in this game. The Duat manifestation actually kills a player or interacts with a player or even slows a player down. I mean, it can block you, but you can't block it.
Yeah.
So it has a very
can the player, because you cannot, two things cannot occupy a card.
A player.
So a Duat manifestation can block a player, so it can't slow them down.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. But again, remember, it can't slow them down on purpose.
Right. It's got to be on the path of
just constantly moving to do its job.
Okay.
That's all it does.
Okay.
And you would move through a Duat with a paranormal toolkit, like you can sprint through it, which is run. You roll a dice to run, or you can phase through it.
Okay.
So those two options you have with dealing with it. If you get, once again, if you get the spell, the book, the teacher, the exit, the student, the head, mistress, or master, once you have those, the game goes into overdrive.
Okay.
And that means the underworld knows it's about to lose. Okay. So the children of the dead god will all come out.
Okay.
The Duat manifestation will come out at the same time. They're all in play.
Okay.
So what happens now is that
unless it was destroyed by an Agent Guy's card.
Correct.
Okay.
But that would just take one of them out. That wouldn't take.
Yeah, exactly. Just one of them out. Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't take all of them. So let's say in this instance, for whatever reason, you didn't use the Agent Guy's card, or you didn't even understand it. You didn't understand what it could do.
Used it for something else, right?
Or used it too soon. Might have used it right when you got it. So in this instance, when everything goes down, you turn over the center card, the chamber, and your color-coded children of the god, dead god, move one card at a time to close the chambers. You'll notice over here that the north entrance couldn't be closed by one of the children because it's all blocked off. So they just get stuck. Okay. The east entrance gets closed. The south entrance gets closed. And to do what? All it knows to do is basically run around in a spiral. So wherever the cards are, it's actually moving in a spiral outward because it's destroying the entire library.
Okay.
So at that point, you better make decisions. You better make bargains. Do whatever you can to win the game because this is going to end fast.
Okay. All right. So let me get this straight.
Okay.
One of the players finally get all 6 cards.
6 cards. All 6
right.
cards.
All 6 cards. and then everybody comes out. All the baddies come out.
All the baddies are
to the center card.
They come from the center card and they move
from
towards
the center card.
Yes.
The center card is flipped.
Yes, to signify that it will never be flipped again. It's just it's over.
Okay. And then at each player's turn, the children tokens will start moving out to their corresponding entrances.
Correct.
And Duat manifestation will just start going in a spiral
and destroying the library.
Okay. And then at that point, all players
they have to decide what the heck they're going to do. Yeah.
They just have to scatter and try to get to any exit or whatever as fast as you can.
Or align themselves with each other. Like here's a situation where this card was specifically made. Where are you?
Like sometimes, like you were in your example, like one of the children tokens cannot get to the entrance because it's
correct.
Blocked.
It's blocked.
So that entrance is safe.
Yes.
It's going to remain open. So that might be a strategy.
Yeah. Correct.
That might be a strategy if you have add to that entrance.
Yes. Because if you have a sprint card, which means you roll a dice and go however many that dice rolls, and the dice could roll up to 20. Sprint allows you to phase through limbo, to phase through walls, to phase through people, on the Duat. So you could technically run, but let's say you don't have all 6 cards, but you have the sprint. So at that point, the best thing to happen is that your other agents say, we can't all win. And they can bestow upon you the cards you need to win. That has to be that collaboration. That has to be, that all for one and one for none. Type of scenario. So that's one of my favorite parts of the game is that you could be against someone and immediately go, okay, I have to compromise. I have to, because if they don't get out, they're the only one with a sprint card. And I can't take that sprint card from them. And they might not be able to give me that sprint card. Like maybe you don't have it appropriate to take the sprint card away. Or maybe you don't have it bestowed to give it to anyone.
Okay. So what is the motivation of what is the win?
Okay, so let's go.
I want to know why, you want to help everybody.
Okay. You want Well, here's the thing. That goes back to, we do not tell you to help everybody.
Right. But I
If you
want to
see,
know, like, why did you change your mind? What motive?
here's a real, I try and look at the game as a realistic situation. There's two goals into the game. Save the world,
Mm-hmm.
win your body back.
Mm-hmm.
So you now have a choice. Do you want to save the world?
Mm-hmm.
Saving the world might mean dying.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to you. Would you save the world by just going, okay, because you're already dead.
So how do you get back your body?
You get back your body if you, okay. So all hell's breaking loose, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you've made it to an entrance.
Mm-hmm.
You've made it to one of these entrances.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing you have to do is pick a rune card. So someone will grab a rune card for you.
Mm-hmm.
Runes are also used for dueling against other players, and they will read you a question.
Mm-hmm.
And if you get it right, that means you are leaving the library with your cards, with your 6 cards. You've broken the ritual. You've taken those players out, and the ritual can't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And the deal you've made with Cass is that if you break this ritual,
Mm-hmm.
you'll get your body back. So not only have you saved the world by destroying the ritual, but you've honored, or Cass has to honor their contract,
Mm-hmm.
and you are human again.
Okay.
And that's how you win.
Okay, but you didn't save, you didn't, so okay, so you have all 6 cards. You're the
Yes.
one who got all 6 cards,
Yes.
right? And you head towards the entrance, and you answer the riddle correctly, and you can leave the library, and you
Yes.
save the world, and you saved yourself, you're getting your body back.
Yes.
And what about the other players? What happens to them?
They're dead.
They're dead. They're
They're
true
dead.
dead?
They're basically part of the library.
Okay, so they are left in the library.
Stuck on the astral plane.
Okay.
They have no mission to do.
You won. You don't care about anybody else.
No.
Okay. So, what if the other player who doesn't have the cards find their way out of the library?
If you can find, before you,
mm-hmm.
they just have to do the same thing. They just have to answer the question.
Yeah, and then what? So they live.
You're still, if you do not get out in time, you'd basically have to collaborate on the whole thing, going, we're gonna go and move to this entrance exit together.
Right, but they will live. You still have to go to your entrance to get out, to save the world and get your body back.
Yes.
The other player who did get out before you,
there will be dossier cards that you've made deals.
Okay.
That are outside of what we're seeing.
Okay. So what if you don't have a dossier? What if
not
you're
everybody
just playing the game?
Yeah, not everybody is going to so the very first thing that is said.
Well, I mean, like, okay, so you have the 4 cards, right?
Yes.
Or, I'm sorry, 6 cards. 6 cards.
Yes.
And I don't. But you have unleashed hell.
Yeah. Right.
So I have to get out too.
You might not have to get out at all. It might be that there is a mini mission that they have signed a contract with you.
No. Let's forget about the dossier. Like, what regular gameplay? So do I want? Am I lost? What's the point of me trying to get to the entrance?
The point of you trying to get to the entrance is that person might not answer the question correctly. You still have an okay, so let's go back to that. I want to say 2 things. One, I just want to read you this one sentence. Since all agents are already dead, cast sees them as already expendable and does not need to offer this resolution to every deceased agent.
Right.
Cast, you're dead to them. You've
Right.
died a natural
Right.
death. They didn't
Right.
kill you.
So you at that point you're fending for yourself.
Yeah.
Somebody else has the 6 cards and they're heading
Yes.
towards the entrance. You pretty much lost.
Yes, you've lost. They've gotten to the room.
Okay.
But if they don't answer it,
right.
They
But you
die.
gotta still. Do you try to get yourself out, or you try to stay in the library and stay safe, just in case they?
I would. But you can't stay safe because the library is falling apart around you.
Right.
So, in fact, I'm sorry. They don't die. They just, that exit gets locked to them. So let's say let's go by south to north, right? So you're the south entrance, right? And you get there and you get a rune card. You got all 6 cards. You get a rune card that says answer this rune card and you're free and you've saved the world and saved your body. But you don't know the answer. Well, that south entrance is now locked. You still have the west entrance, the east entrance.
You have to get to the other entrance.
You got to get to the other entrance. But that also gives another player who might not have gotten there as quickly as you did, it gives them the option. Now, let's say since south and north are as far as they can be from each other, let's look at this from this angle. North and south are here, right? You're south and I'm north. The library is being destroyed around us. You have to make a decision. Would you give me your cards and allow me to win? Would you give me your cards and allow me to win and save the world? There is a sacrifice that you have to decide. Only you can decide. And that's in one scenario. That's just one scenario.
Okay.
You know, that isn't every scenario, but you're going to have to make some real decisions on what is important to you as the agent.
Okay.
So if you want to compete and go, okay, I want us all to die, well, then that will happen.
Okay.
If you hold on to that card and don't give it there, because the Duat is eventually going to clear every single card out.
Okay.
And then there's nowhere to go.
Okay. So if you don't hold the 4, I don't know why I keep saying 4. If
6.
you don't hold the 6 cards, you can't leave the library anyways.
No.
Okay. So you're just going to get out of the way and try to help if you want.
Yes.
Try to help the player that has the 6 cards.
Or look for more cards. Because here's the thing. Or
look for more cards if you can maneuver around the destruction.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You just have to stay in front of all this. Remember, there's a ton of paranormal cards that can stop what's happening. It can block and slow down what's happening.
And while the Duat's going crazy and you land on the headmaster mistress card, he's already out. So he's not going to.
He's already out. He's not even going to worry about it.
Okay.
Once the 6 cards are had, his only role is to get rid of the entire library.
Okay. And then and then the scenario where 2 players could have all 6 cards.
Yes.
It's just a race who gets
there. It's just a race to the end.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So So with that, there's a lot of
towards the, like, once you get the 6th card, it's like sounds like all hell breaks loose.
Yes, and that is exactly it. All hell breaks loose. You're in overdrive mode. You're figuring out your paranormal. This is where the paranormal toolkit will be.
So you have the 6th card. You could not go through the entrance because you didn't answer the riddle correctly. You're trying to head to another, but Duat has destroyed the way to that entrance. You can't get to it. You lose?
No, because so a card that has not been discussed in the special cards is that one of you is getting you can teleport to a heart is a teleportation card.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, there is no, I understand there may be, like, You might have something in your toolkit that will make you jump,
Right.
whatever. There's no option. There's no more toolkit. There's no
Oh, once you're out of a toolkit, just give it up.
and then you lose. No one wins.
If you were to get rid of a toolkit, that would mean there's still other players though. So at any time, another player can say, you know what? I'm going to swap with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to exchange all
I
my
have a chance to
toolkit.
get to the entrance, so
Yes.
I want to take your cards.
Yes, I'm going to swap every card I have, either my paranormal toolkit cards or my astral library cards. I'm swapping everything I'm having and giving it to you to end this game.
But you could potentially have a stalemate where Dua has destroyed too much. You don't have enough. You don't have enough toolkit. Everybody loses. It's a stalemate.
It's not a stalemate. The children of the dead god win.
Oh, wait, that's what I meant. Yeah, you have lost this battle with the children. Yeah.
So one of the things that we discussed before, and I'll go back, is you'll notice on the backs of the cards, the wording. I'm not okay drowning in fresh water or salt water. Murderer, you're all murderers. Rabies is a plus. These are past agents talking. Okay. These are agents that are trapped in the library forever.
Okay.
And their voices are echoing through the library forever.
Okay.
Because this isn't a moment that's happening just today on this gameplay that you guys are doing. This is something that's been happening.
Has played before.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And there is a lot of people that did not win.
Okay. So this game could potentially have no winners.
Correct.
Okay.
And then and at that point, if you wanted to look at
it at that point, you have the suckiest night.
Yeah.
Everybody drink.
Yeah, absolutely. And at that point, you kind of realize that your gameplay was wrong. That whatever your strategy was, maybe it was being super competitive with each other.
Yeah.
And you realize that, this could have been won really, really fast through collaboration.
Well, it's unusual because usually there's always a winner, right? Every game there's always a winner. But with this one, you could potentially all lose.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the fun parts I had about creating this was because it's a story game. Like in stories, some stories are just bad. You and I are both Buffy fans and and Angel fans. And you remember how Angel ends?
Yes.
That all hell breaks loose, and it's like we're just going down fighting.
Yeah.
We're not going to win.
Yeah.
That's all we can do is fight. So this is very much an ode to
that was a spoiler alert for those who
have never seen Angel. I'm sorry, which is a great man. If you haven't watched Buffy and Angel, you're missing out. I mean, and in that order, just watch them both. What great storytelling. But for us, let me get to that end. For us, in this last initial, this is very much based on what happened in Angel.
Yeah.
It's very much that there's nothing left.
Yeah.
And
no, I think I like it, you know. Yeah. But yeah, it's like get ready for it. You might not have a winner. Yeah.
No, and get ready for how quickly this is gonna end.
Yeah.
You might play
because you could, like in six turns, you could get all 6 cards, and then it's the end.
And then it's the end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it could be very interesting. I can't wait to actually play it.
Drew and I played, so the game has averaged 2 hours, but Drew and I played, and in 30 minutes we both lost.
Yeah,
it was a fun game. We both enjoyed it, but it was just like boom. The wrong cards came up. we got cursed quickly.
Mm-hmm.
We were competing against each other, so we weren't helping each other, and it was over.
Mm-hmm.
So again, a realistic approach. The game has been built by, I can say that if you're going to play this, take a realistic approach to a mission as opposed to playing it like a game. Don't play it like a game. Play it like it's a true mission, a real thing.
Okay.
And you will have way more success.
Yeah.
In beating this game.
Well, we are actually getting long in this recording, so let's. I mean, we were
let's finish it off with
let's just finish off. I think you only have like
3 cards.
Yeah.
3 sections. Yeah. Just want to tell you about the special cards. One of them is there are 4 portal cards hidden in the maze, and the portal cards are, when you unlock them, you unlock a portal, and that portal means that you can travel anywhere on the maze. So if I am open the portal card over here and I want to, it doesn't even matter if the card is face down or face up, I could travel to that card. And that also means if I am on a portal, I can travel right out the entrance.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't have to worry about it. So remember,
and then you do not put that in your hand. That stays
on the board.
On the board, right.
It can be removed by the duop though, if it's right. Yeah, so you don't want the duop to be let out.
Right.
The library maps, there are 4 library map cards, and if you answer them correctly and open the cards, the library maps act as sliding portals. So what happens, you've opened up number 10, and that means all these green ones that you can flip 4 cards over that connect with each other. Okay, make that a little bit bigger.
So you can flip them as you.
Yeah, you can just flip them. You just pick 4 cards to flip over.
Flip over. Okay.
You don't have to answer a question, and you don't get a penalty. So if
if you flip over a headmistress or MasterCard, you don't release the duat.
No.
Unless you land on it.
Correct.
Right. So if it's the 4th one that you slide to.
Yeah, then you're in trouble.
Then you're in trouble.
Yeah, and why would you do that?
Well, I mean, you can know because you're like, you flip it first.
Yeah, you flip it first and then you make your decision.
But if it's the 4th card, what is it for?
Okay, so let's go. So let me explain something that's really important with these movements. The portal card is considered a movement card. It's not an action card. Mm-hmm. So when you flip over the portal and say it gets to where this section is B, and you get to answer a question and flip that card, like you complete that card. You have to complete that move. Mm-hmm. So this is the start of your move, and this is considered the end of your move. Mm-hmm. So you answer a question here, and you battle the card here. Okay. Okay. In the library cards, you answer the card here, and you flip the 4 cards connected to it without having to answer anything and without having to answer any penalties. But your ending movement is how do you want to travel amongst these 4? You can travel one place, or you can travel all the way. Now, also, if for some reason these cards are open at the top, they were already open from previous, you can slide all the way down those as well.
Any open
card
that is cards reveals 4 connected cards.
Connected cards, correct.
And lets you travel on any opened card.
Any open card, yes.
And then at that last card where you want to land, you battle it?
No. Because it's already open.
It's already open.
No. If it's a curse, you battle it. If it's a spell, you take it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're looking for a cursed book, and that's the one you want to go to, you can battle it At that
Yes.
turn or next turn?
No, you battle it. That is the end of your turn is battling.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So this speeds up the game and
Right.
can get you some really cool stuff
And
without
you don't have to answer trivia or
no,
riddles.
no,
Right. Okay.
no.
Got it.
And no one else does either. Once the cards are up and faced up,
Right.
you never
Right.
have to
Right.
answer for them. The last special card is the deck flip card. And these are traps set by the children of the dead god.
Mhm.
And these, if you flip the card, all that card does, the deck flip says, I'm going to flip every card back to face down.
Oh, wow.
So you could have virtually the whole maze open
Mm-hmm.
and land on one deck flip and close the whole maze again.
Okay.
You do not want to fall onto a deck flip. The best way to deal with a deck flip is hope that you open it in a library map card. Because if you open it in a library map, you've diffused it.
You've diffused it. Okay, cool.
Right. And it does not,
And then-
it does not hold a
And
penalty.
those 3 cards remain open after you leave them?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and then
And just
you
don't land on
on them again and you use them. I mean, you don't want to use the deck flip, obviously.
No.
But the other
No.
2, you can reuse them
Correct.
once they're open.
You are correct.
Okay, awesome. Okay, I have one more question.
Shoot.
Can a player travel over the center card, or is that
Okay, so a player can phase through the center card, but they cannot just think of it as a 4 walled off card.
okay?
They can phase through it, they can sprint through it, but they cannot walk through it.
Okay. Okay, and then it will be if you like sprint through it, it is considered one card that you're like.
It is considered one card. They're
Okay.
just going in and out of that room.
Okay.
And there's no penalty for going in or out of that room. It's actually, yeah. So if I
You would
face
never occupy that room as a
No.
player. Okay.
No, that room is just basically like a dungeon for the doo-wop manifestation to live in.
Okay. Okay. I think we're done, right?
Cool. That
Yeah.
is it. Yeah,
That is it.
that is all of the instructions. We of course will fine tune them if need be.
Look at all those pages.
Yeah, we got it. Well, you remember it was 100. What did I say? It was 120,
Oh
and
my
we've
gosh.
gotten it down to 40.
Yeah.
So we did some good work trying to whittle this down. It actually goes a lot faster.
Yeah.
Instructions always take a lot longer.
Yeah. It's not as it's complicated, but it's not that complicated once you.
No. Once you play it, it really is pretty straightforward, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Through the game testing. So
you're
I know
having some test players come and play the game.
so this Sunday we're having 4. I've never met, I've never played with them.
Wow.
I invited 4 guests from Facebook.
Wow.
And I just said, hey, whoever wants to come over to my house and play, we're gonna have some snacks, some food, some beverages. We're gonna have a lot of laughs, and we may tape the gameplay if I can get the camera equipment working. I mean, it all works, but I just don't know how to use it. It's new to me.
No, recording is, oh my gosh, there's a whole nother level of getting.
There's a whole other level of headache.
Like we talked about yesterday, how you couldn't find a cable.
Yeah, it's a whole other level of headache. So I'm gonna try and set that up for Sunday. But yeah, now that we've gone through the instructions, I think we're good. I think it'll work.
Yeah.
We fine-tuned a lot of things, and we took out a lot of extra pieces from this. So it should be fascinating because this will be the first gameplay that is with the dossier.
Yeah.
All the gameplay before was just purely mechanics. So this will be a little bit of story, and
you're going. Will this be the first time you're bringing the dossier
into the game.
Element into the gameplay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This is the first time. The story was always there,
Mhm.
but it was just something we said, you're in a cursed library, and that was the end of it.
Okay.
The agents were there, and we just said, you're an agent. We didn't say, here's your mission.
Okay.
And here's these mini missions that happen in it.
Mhm.
So I'm really excited because I can't share that with you, and I can't share that with anybody because that
Right.
has to be the
Right.
mystery. That
Yeah.
has to be something that only the people who play
But
learn
you
about.
also have to make sure it works.
Yes. Well, that's the whole thing with game testing, right?
Yeah.
We'll find out if it works. It's not going to be complicated. It's basically very much you might get a special power, you might get a special mission. It is going to be contracts that cast has written,
Mm-hmm.
that you might get your body just for getting 5 cards.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna get your body. You don't have to save the world.
Okay.
If you get these specific cards in your hand, you don't have to save the world, which is going to also create a lot of tension between players.
So if that happens, what? All they have to do is try to leave?
All they have to do is wait for the game to end.
Oh, okay.
You have these 5 cards, you are guaranteed your body back, but you have to have a werewolf in your hand.
Okay.
So then it becomes, do I have a werewolf in my hand? And your mission is different.
Okay. And then at the end, when somebody or
yes,
somebody like saves the world, and you say, I also like
got my body.
win because
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Well, if you get your body, you win. If it doesn't matter who saves the world, as long as someone saves the world. If you get your body, you are a winner. Just as long as
there could be two winners.
There could be 4 winners.
There could be 4. Okay.
Yeah. It depends what contract cast has written.
Right.
So you're basically hoping that the contract that cast. So at the end, you're just handing in your contracts, and you're going, well, I won this because this was my contract, and I did get this particular trapped student in my hand.
Yeah, and you don't have to try to leave the library because the guy who's trying to is going
save
to
the world,
open up the library and
yes,
make everything safe, and you're good anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
So regardless, the library has to be saved, yes, the world still has to be saved.
If Dua destroys everything and no one gets to the entrance to leave with the 6 cards,
yes,
you're gonna lose anyway.
Yeah. So think of it as you have 2 motivations. You have.
So you want somebody to win, but you're also going to win too. So
yes,
you're not pressured to.
No,
right.
No, you don't have to have that competitive spirit, but you do have to have the luck of the game that you land on that card, and that could mean you might not have competitive spirit, but you might have competitive spirit for that one card.
Right.
Like you're playing a different game than everybody else is playing.
Okay. Interesting.
So it will be interesting what that dynamic does to everybody.
Okay. All right. I think we should stop it there. We have gotten, this is a long video. Yes. And if people watched all the videos and this video, wow, they're really interested in this game because we talked a lot.
Yeah.
And
well, there is a lot.
And again, thank you very much for sticking it out. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And any questions you have, please I'm happy to answer them. I will be putting this as a PDF on our Patreon so that you can actually read it. It can't be edited, but you can read it. And it will also be put up on Facebook. And I'm not sure what the limit on files for LinkedIn is, so this may or may not be put up. I'll have to check. And again, the same thing with Instagram. I really don't know, but we'll try and get this information out to anybody who wants it, to ask any questions. And Erika, thank you so much for consulting with me on this. and putting a lot of really great input and asking great questions, and making me feel confident that you understood it. And I will get a game out to you.
Yes.
As soon as we do this one play test, the game. There are about 10 people that are getting games, just so you know. They will be ready to go out to you as soon as we do this last play test.
Yeah.
And with that, I will see you Monday.
And take care of yourself. Don't push it too hard, Dean. And that goes out for everybody too. Take care of yourself.
Definitely. Bye, guys.
Bye.